Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the London Bulldogs. And on now, ready to get this one started, Roberto Aguayo. And we are underway here in London. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This is Rashad Penny. Room here to run. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They keep it with Penny on first down. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now Wilson on second down. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Let's go. So quick. Gotta go. 14.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he finds Penny. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Here's Wilson. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. Still going. They can't stop him. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's go work. Let's go to work.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Here's the sneak with Wilson. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. On 3rd down, that's Carson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Janikowski good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Out to kick is Janikowski. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining. As we step aside here in this first quarter.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Leopard, Leopard.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Gone! 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 Gone!
On second down, Rosen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And now it's Rosen looking and able to connect with Berrios. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
On second down, it's Bell. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. Rosen off the play action. And Matthews has it right side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Justin Pugh, the left guard that time with the flag. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Bring it! Bring it! Leopard! Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Hot! No. Check! Patriot! Patriot! Hot!
3rd and long here for Rosen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
There's Wilson to throw. Dumps that off to Penny, his running back. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it.
12, 12, 12, 12, 12.
Wilson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover two, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
After the interception, here's Rosen. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Here's Rosen. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Brown, his first catch. It's a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And he'll complete this one to Barrios. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. On first down, it's Rosen. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from...
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Don't take forever, okay? Let's go, 14.
Now Wilson on first down. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Cravon LeBlanc with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Leopard! Destroy! Over! Hot! Gone!
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Shepard. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Still plenty of time, but they're going to go hurry up anyways.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56.
On second down, here's Rosen. His throw caught right around the 6. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Antonio Brown, his third touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6. The kicker, Roberto Aguayo, has it teed up and is about ready to get this one started. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And he's got Lockett. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A very solid gain of 27.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to fire one deep. It's caught at the 10. And he takes it all the way down to the 3.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory. 2
big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Go, 14.
Again, Wilson. Oh, it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On third and goal, Wilson. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Janikowski bangs it through, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
That's fielded in the end zone. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Play action here with Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darren Lee coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now Rosen looking to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And on now is the punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable for Lockett. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
On 2nd down, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 36. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. Oh, now he bowls him over. And they're running right through it. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a first carry for their fullback. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They got... two of the three they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. A give to Bell. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. On 3rd down, Rosen. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. The give is to Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. On play action, Rosen. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. Sterling Shepard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And out now come the Seahawks. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
14, run it.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Being chased out left. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Crayvon LeBlanc with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Welcome back now here in London. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. On second down, here's Wilson. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play that time for the Seahawks. And even 40 yards. On first down, Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Baldwin. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. That gives him a nice pickup. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Throwing again here. Wilson. Over the middle and gets it to Patterson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. They'll try and run down here with Procise. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they?
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. C.J. Procise, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. And this one through the uprights and good. Out to kick is Janikowski. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Again, it's Bell. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On third down, here's Bell. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
They'll run it with Bell. And he stopped immediately there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They give them 27 yards on the third down conversion. A first carry now for Alex Collins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Rasheem Green. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play. They're holding to no gain.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. They go play action. It's Rosen. Forced out to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
And Aguayo able to knock it through. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Baldwin. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That one goes for 36 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. Wilson. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. to kick is Janikowski. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. They'll go again with Bell. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Rosen. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now it's Lockett. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They're down here in a 1-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. That goes for a gain of 31. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big 4th quarter comeback. Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? And in the 4th quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
Gone! Now let's go! Green, 30.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball.